ask you as a co-offensive coordinator question. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes.
Broke at like 112 yards after contact. What's been the difference in him, and what does he give this offense?
He plays with a lot of energy. He is very explosive, and he's playing with a very low pad level. And so, okay. Sorry.
Take two.
He plays with great energy. He's explosive, and he finishes runs with great pad level. So, and he doesn't want to make direct contact. He wants to edge defenders, which always allows you to finish runs and come out the other end. So it's exciting to watch him do that. We kind of thought that when we recruited him, and he's developed, and here we go, starting to show on the field.
You lost Carlos Hyde, and people were saying, the coach was saying, we don't necessarily have to replace him with one guy. It looked like he was fairly close to doing that on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday, he was. I mean, he did the job that you would want Carlos Hyde to do. But he's a different type of runner than Carlos. But, yeah, so, I mean, Ezekiel's playing great right now. We just got to keep him going.
Ed, you guys went into that game, I think, still searching for some answers on the line. Did you come out of it with the answers that you wanted to find?
Absolutely. I mean, are you saying we were searching for answers? Because I didn't say that.
No, it just seemed like you guys.
That's your perception.
Yeah,
that's not my perception, or that wasn't our perception. We pretty much, the Kent State game, we played really well. We knew exactly who we wanted to play. We rotated guys in, and in this game, we played exactly who we wanted to play, rotated them in, and they played really well. And so we feel like we're headed in the right direction. Are we a finished product? No. Are we coming along pretty nicely? Yes. I mean, there's not really anything different other than we're developing some consistency and playing with a good demeanor. And we're also getting more guys in the game. And we got more guys in the Kent game, and then we got more guys in this game. And the more guys you get in the game, the more you let them play, and the more they can show what they can do in game situations. So, we were able to do that with Chase Ferris and some other guys, so that's been good. So we're starting to develop some depth with that.
Sorry about that, Coach. Front row, Dave.
Yeah, along those same lines, it seems like you guys have found your top 6 guys with Chase rotating in there a little bit. You think that's going to be the plan moving forward for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, right now I'd say those 6 guys, and Joel Hale starting to come along too, the guy that played defensive line last year and moved over, and he's starting to get comfortable, and like to see if we could start factoring him into the rotation more as well. So probably 6, heading towards 7 maybe if we can get there.
Front row left, Doug.
And you guys have been working in a young quarterback and some young guys on the line. What do you see with JT and the offensive line? Urban was just
experience and confidence is what they didn't have, and now they're starting to get experience and confidence.
I would imagine, your quarterback and your line being on the same page.
Yeah, I think there's some of that. I mean, it's probably, you guys probably overstate that a little bit, but I mean, the offensive line has to be all on the same page with their business. I mean, as far as the quarterback, he has his business, and if we take care of ours, his life's better. If he takes care of his, our life's better. You know what I mean? But definitely there's some chemistry as far as off the field and at practice with confidence in our quarterback, and then he has confidence in the line, and when you play with confidence, you're more aggressive, you make better decisions, and usually better results. So I think the product of the last couple games, that's starting to happen.
Urban was talking about like a couple times when JT was getting you guys into different plays that maybe you got a false start here or there, because he said that was on JT doing that. Just what's your perspective on JT sort of being able to do that and making sure you guys are adjusting to the defense on the field?
Yeah, I think he's, taking a quarterback role and trying to make some audibles and direct traffic out there, and there's a process to that, and that's something that is ongoing, and he's getting better and better at that. He's very capable of doing that mentally, and then just doing it on the field, and everybody communicating, because it was a very loud environment and a lot of that is just communication, as far as false starts, because they're basing their trigger up front on his cadence. And if we're going fast, which I think you probably noticed we went fast, we ran 111 plays, so we were kind of going fast. When you're going fast and we're yelling and talking and communicating and he's telling them plays and the defense is yelling and trying to get the guys lined up, there's a lot of noise, and then there's 108,000 people that were pretty excited. There's a lot of noise out there, and sometimes that's where the communication has to be clear, clean, and very discernible. So that's what we got to get a little better at.
Front row right here, Tim.
Yeah, everybody we talked to after the game, the Virginia Tech game, said y'all had not really worked on the bear look or much on what Virginia Tech threw at you, obviously, and stayed in it. But since then, everybody's taking pride, and I think Urban even used the term bear beater plays. Y'all had on Saturday night. But with a young offensive line, is that the process you go through about trying to cover all the waterfront as you get into a season, and then do you kind of see it click?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful with overexposing young guys who haven't played a lot. And again, we're not really young up front. We're just inexperienced. I mean, if you fifth-year senior and third-year guys and Elfline and Jacoby and, Billy Price is the young one. So you got three guys who've been here 3 years and one guy who's been here 5 years, and then Chase has been 4. So just inexperienced would probably be the better term than young. But yeah, you have to be careful about putting too much in their mind and having them think about too many things and practicing this big spectrum of stuff, and then what are you good at? So you try to give them what you think they need to go into that game and be prepared to do it well. And, that was an area that Virginia Tech threw at us that we hadn't prepared as much for. In my 31 years, I'd never been exposed to that. So, I'm sorry, but it just had never happened in 31 years of my coaching that I've seen that defense. So,
But what I'm saying is there such thing as an offensive line going over a hump a little bit where you feel like now it's a veteran group or an experienced group? Are you starting to feel that with this group?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see it in their eyes, the confidence they have, and they feel that they can go out and play, and they know how to adjust to little things that happen in the game, and they can make sideline adjustments, and that all is a process, again, of comfort, confidence, and just playing. And that process is happening, and we just need it to continue to happen as we go into Big Ten play.
Far left, Rusty.
Have you had an opportunity to see very much of Maryland's defense?
Yeah, I've watched them here this morning some. What was your question regarding?
What are your impressions? Why? I mean, they're giving up 435 yards a game.
Yeah, I try not to get too much into stats because sometimes those can be deceiving based on how games are played and what happens. But, they're a four-man front. They have some change-ups. They're going to be different than anyone we played in terms of some of the things they do coverage-wise. And the coverage affects the run game because it's how they support the run, because everybody's trying to get extra guys down to support the run and how they do that. So it's going to be a little bit different there, but they're a basic 4-down team, 4-2, and I think they play really hard. I think they're competitive guys. I think they, I see them giving great effort, and I think they've got a lot of seniors I noticed on their defense in the 2 deep. So I think that's going to be a challenge to go over there and take it on the road and play good on the road against a veteran group that's going to try to, play hard and try to get after us in their first Big Ten game.
Coach, thank you very much.
Anybody?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're good? Okay, guys, thanks.